Hello and welcome to the first ever episode of Beme News. On today's program, a lot to talk about. Starting off with, what is Beme News? I didn't want Beme to dominate what I talk about and what I do on the vlog, so I thought I would pull out the Beme stuff from the vlog, put it into Beme News, compartmentalize it here, and this is a place where we can talk about Beme. A little warning. Beme News is not the vlog. This is a program for people that use Beme or are interested in Beme. So if you don't use Beme and aren't interested in it, you should stop watching right now. Matter 2, Beme codes. We started Beme codes because it seemed like a really great way to get your friends onto Beme and make sure you're all following each other. I invite you, you accept, we're following each other, you invite someone else, they accept, you're following each other. But there were too many downloads on day one, and we used Beme codes to limit people coming on, to limit capacity. We're past that now. We no longer need Beme codes to limit capacity. So what that means now is if you go onto Beme, generate codes, you can make as many codes as you want, you can invite as many people as you want, you can text them to people, email them to people, post them on Twitter, and whoever accepts your Beme code will automatically be following you. And we're hoping that's a really positive way to build a good group of people to follow. If you don't have a Beme code and you don't know anybody who's on Beme, use Pizza. Pizza will work for the next week or so, and we'll periodically give out generic codes like Pizza to anyone who wants to join Beme and doesn't know anyone. Matter 3, Android. Number one question I get is, when are you gonna be on Android? A little context. When you're creating something new like Beme, you have to build it from the ground up. Now, when you build it from the ground up, you try a lot of things that fail, you try some things that work. It's a really intensive process. And to do that intensive process on 2 platforms is impossible and more expensive than we could afford. So we did it on iPhone first. We're good. Now we're doing it on Android. We have a really good team on it. We're working on it as aggressively as we can, but it's a process. I can't promise a date. What I can promise is that we are working on it as hard as we can. We're devoting all resources we can to it, and when we are on Android, it's gonna be a totally kick-ass experience for everyone. And until then, please accept my humble apology. A breaking news, Beme News announcement here. The biggest complaint we've been getting, besides wishing we were on Android, has been about this bug where it just says posting forever. Colin, what's the posting bug all about?
Known issue, rooting it out. App update coming soon.
Have you fixed it?
Totally.
100% fixed?
100% fixed.
When do we see the app update?
It's going in today.
Here at Beme, we're on it. All right, next up on the agenda, pro tip. When you're watching something on Beme, you can transfer fingers and it will keep playing. It won't stop. So you can switch your hands, you can switch fingers. Anyways, that's the pro tip of the day. Last up, who should you follow? A lot of people have been asking who to follow on Beme. That's always gonna happen when there's a new social network. So we'll suggest people to follow. You should also follow Beme app on Twitter because we're gonna recommend people on a daily basis. Also worth noting, in your Beme feed, strangers pop up. Those are people you don't follow. But if they're interesting, don't be afraid to follow them. That's what Beme's all about, exposing you to new perspectives. Okay, today's recommend is my friend Samantha. This is her username. You should definitely follow her. She lives in Texas on a farm. She has 4 goats, I believe, something like that. A bunch of rabbits and all kinds of crazy animals. She's like a young girl. She's really fun and really funny. And her Beme yesterday was her driving in her car with her goat in the passenger seat, and then her getting into a light argument with her husband because the goat peed in the passenger seat of her car. If you're interested in goats, especially ones that drive in human cars, follow Samantha. She's pretty awesome. Okay, this concludes episode 1 of Beme News. More news coming soon. Thanks for tuning in.